Sue's had a bit of an adventure.
You've done really well so far, haven't you?
This has been a bit of a disastrous weekend actually. So far, what have we had? We've had a
failed park up
because it was a bridge that would only take 3 ton and our vans are 3.5 ton.
It was like a rickety wooden bridge that I wouldn't
my
trust
fault,
walking
and
over
it was also gated and private. So my fault totally. I picked the spot.
Not letting you next time.
But I did know that we were close to this place, which is Beehive Bushcraft, and Sue was totally right that I did have something else planned for this weekend, or this couple of days. We're here for four days. Yeah, so
we might not be here for 4 days.
Might not be here for 4 days, but we
might...
are around together for 4 days.
I might be dead in the woods.
So yeah, we're not sleeping in the vans. We're in the hammocks and the tarps. So,
but we had a problem getting here anyway, didn't we?
Yeah, my van is 7'7" wide, and it was a 7'6" gap. So we've had to detour around a town called Burton, I believe. No, we've detoured through a town called Burton.
And then you took a wrong turn on a roundabout.
Yep, and then the sat-nav died on the roundabout with loads of well, it was actually the sat-nav. Well, it didn't die actually, it just delayed. It was like slow in telling me which way to come off of a roundabout, so I had to pick out of about 4 turn-ins with an old pile of cars behind me.
Yeah,
and I chose the one that was the wrong one.
Yeah.
So of all things, and then I
then took over, didn't I?
Another pile of cars in front of me and behind me, so I've really pissed off the car drivers. No, they was actually all right.
Yeah,
the guy stopped and waved me on to reverse back out, so they were actually quite nice. So yeah, let's show you where we are. We are tucked away in here somewhere, or we're going to be, should I say. This is our spot for the night. We're going to be in this area in here. So I'm going to go get my gear set up and we'll film it. Most importantly, Sue's got the kettle on, or about to get the kettle on. And
you can't put a hammock up without a cup of tea first, I've heard.
That's right.
In fact, you can't actually do anything without a cup of tea first. You can't function, can you?
You can't function without a cup of tea.
I don't even know how you manage to breathe without a cup of tea in you.
I probably would stop, yeah. And I was going to say that we waxed this earlier, which has come out really nice. I don't know if you can see that, it looks really good now. I don't know, some sort of waxy treatment stuff.
Right, so we have...
So, right, kettle's on.
And then I need to find a hammock and a tarp, I believe. I think this is what they've got planned for me. I was right, wasn't I?
You got away lightly. So...
The only good thing about it is, it's not due to rain. So, I'm not going to get wet yet, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be some paddle boarding this weekend as well.
Are we actually going to sleep in one hammock, or is it going to be 2?
It's going to be 2.
I thought I would test Sue's knock. Oh, sorry, I just hit her on the edge of the camera.
How on earth can we fit in one hammock?
We could try. We fitted in one before.
Yeah, but we weren't sleeping in it. I don't think that's possible, Mark.
Wonky.
Right, okay, let's do this.
Let's do this.
Oh, Mark's already tried to sabotage my hammock.
Did you bring your ridge line?
Yes, I've got my ridge line. What, honestly?
Right. This is going to be home for the night.
Maybe 2. Ugh. Okay.
So if you're wondering what hammocks we're using here, they're from eBay and they're about £15 each. They come with all the straps, the mosquito net and all the fittings necessary for you to sleep for the night. The only thing they don't come with is a sleeping bag, obviously. Okay, so the knot that you're going to use here to fix your hammock to the tree is going to be the exact same knot that you're going to use for your tarp. You're going to use a quick release knot because you're going to put a lot of weight on your hammock, so you want to be able to get it undone once you've laid on it. So you go around the tree, around the cord itself, and you can go back around and go around again to tension it even more. The more times you go around the tree, the more times you can pull against the cord, and the more tension you can put on. So you put on 2 loops and then go through the loop, put another loop, and then you just want to put a little bit of a wood or twig through there to stop it coming out. Now this is a quick release knot, so you don't really want to leave that loop sitting there, because if someone walks by and accidentally pulls on your cord, your hammock will collapse and fall apart. So I'll just talk you through that again, and I'll just show you how quick it is to release this knot. Yeah, and this little toggle is just to stop the knot pulling free in the night or coming loose, and that's how quick it will come undone. So I'll talk you through that one more time. Go around the tree, over the cord, tension it, put 2 loops, over the cord and then through the loop, and then you put your little twig through the loop that you've got in your fingers. Simple as that, and that'll be easy to undo even once you've weighted it. I made an old man. I said, tell me your story. He took out an old pen.
Okay, fingers crossed. I'm just going to take my phone out of my pocket just in case. If I fall, you're going to put it on, aren't you?
Well, that's why I'm filming. Damn, it held. Where's your muzzy net?
It's underneath me.
Oh, you're sitting on it. Oh, okay. I'll cut to slow motion for the smug look.
Well, he didn't fall down. Is it the right height though?
Yeah, I must be heavier than you because mine sinks. So you can see at this point I've paid some interest in the knot used by Sue to tie up her hammock.
What? What are you doing now? Why are you pressuring me?
I'm not pressuring you. And I'm not someone to turn around and say do it my way. So that was her choice of knot, and it looked okay-ish. So I left it at that. These hammocks come with a built-in mosquito net that need tying up separately. I took out an old pen. If you're interested in what tarps we use, they are DD and they are 3 metre by 3 metre. For the ridge line that holds the tarp in place, I use the exact same knot as I used for the hammock itself. And as you see in a second, I have a number of prusik loops, little prusik loops on the ridge line itself that I hang the tarp from. You see I just move one along there. These are sliding knots that I can just move into place, and that makes putting the tarp up really easy. A lot of people throw the tarp over the top of the line itself, but doing that you run the risk of having water run down the string if it rains and then drip onto you from inside the tarp. So you're better off to have the ridge line on the outside of the tarp. Just to explain how I've made this really quick is I've put a prusik knot, which is a sliding knot, and then this goes through there, make a loop, and then you just put a bit of stick that you picked up off the floor as a toggle, and then that will slide along and you can tighten it up. So I've got a loop at this end, just a normal loop. Come along to this end, slide it tight, go to this end, and again slide it tight, and that's your ridge line up. Do you want to do the tip? Just a little. Do you want to do just a little tip to keep
Explain.
Yeah.
Okay, so our hammocks, the hammocks that we bought, have these two separate like guy line things to keep the mosquito net away from you. But Mark decided to have a go at trying to just tie them on one tree, and obviously it would have looked like this, which would have not been ideal. So all he did is got a branch with a V in it on one side, and on the other side he just put a little nick in it, which then you just slot that into there, which then keeps it separate. And it worked really well, didn't it?
Yeah.
Did you have one in the back as well?
We did
or did
have
you not
one
bother?
in the back. Yeah, we had one in the back, but the dog.
You wouldn't necessarily need one at your foot end. It's just
the dog found it and chewed it.
I mean, you could put them all the way along, but
yep.
There was no need, was there? Just one at each end.
Yeah, and we've done one on each hammock.
But the end of my one went off like two separate tree branches, so I didn't really need one at that end.
Yeah, worked out okay, didn't it?
It did work out. He hasn't got what he was thinking he had.
Man hasn't got, or has he? No, he hasn't. What did I do with that then?
Is it in somewhere in the van?
I thought it was in here.
What are you looking for? The mat?
Yeah.
Is it in the front? Is there another zip?
There is another pocket, but it's not in there. Definitely not in there.
Okay, so he doesn't have a mat. What's that green thing?
This is blue.
What?
It's not that, no, it's bigger than that.
No, but what is the green thing?
First aid kit.
What, in here, underneath that?
What?
What's that green thing?
It's a bivy bag.
Alright, okay.
Bivy bag. So
could it be with your tent?
This is my sleeping bag. It could be. This is my sleeping bag.
Doesn't look much like a sleeping bag to me.
Well, it's a wool blanket. Well, not a wool blanket, it's a wool
throw thing.
poncho.
Okay, I have
a wool poncho is what I'm going to sleep in, and I'm going to go and look for my my mat. Do you want to explain what we're going to do?
What are we going to do? Oh, because right, okay, so I'm going to put my insulated mat in.
And I would have put mine in if I had it.
He could have put his in, but if he doesn't have one, I think I've got two. Because normally you should have a under quilt, I think they're called.
Yeah.
It's a bit like a sleeping bag which hangs from each end, and it just insulates the underneath, because obviously if you can imagine you're sleeping on this, or you've got all this exposed, which is really thin, because when you sleep on your sleeping bag, it crushes the filling of your sleeping bag, and therefore it doesn't insulate you anymore. So neither of us have got an under quilt, so I'm going to put, as I say, my mattress in, and Mark's not, because he can't find it.
Well, given that this is the first time I've used it, I'm going to decide whether I need an under quilt tonight. If I'm cold tonight, then I'll buy an underquilt. If I'm not cold, then I won't buy an underquilt.
But
I don't want to carry it.
But lots of people do just use, instead of buying a specialist underquilt, they do just use sometimes just a normal mummy sleeping bag, like an old one.
Let's go and have a look, see if we've got hammocks.
Let's go see. Okay, so these two arrived all the way from Australia from my brother, and they are brand mountain gear. But I wouldn't have thought you'd want it to. Well, if we've got any Australian viewers, which we have, you can order from them. Which is that? But yeah, so he sent me them. So all you have to do is inflate it, open the first bit and inflate it. You're not going to film me blowing the thing up, are you?
I am. I want to see how long it takes you to blow it up.
It's sort of like got a... sound like a Yeti.
I think we should fast forward this blowing up business, and I better blow up my one.
It feels a bit like one of those, you know, the balloons.
It feels quite nice and silky actually. What I did with my one, because mine was nylon and it was really slippery. If you was on a steep hill, you just slid off it. So I put like a rubber silicone spray on it. It rubberized one, like speckles of rubber.
Yeah, that's alright. So, hopefully we'll be warm now. Feels alright.
It feels right, it feels good.
Yeah, feels alright. Mountain gear. Just got some. Right, what next?
Next is get your sleeping bag in, and
got a cosy fluffy blanket as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sleeping bag's here. And then what I'll do is I will put the bag for my sleeping bag in the little pocket, so I don't leave.
I thought I would test Sue's knock. Oh, sorry, I just hit her on the edge of the camera.
We didn't change that knot, did we?
We are in one hammock.
We didn't change that knot. It might fall down.
There's no room in here. It's meant to be a two-man hammock. This is never a two-man hammock, and it's really rocky. Look.
Stop it! You're gonna make us fall out.
I'm not.
You're
not.
Your knee is on the where it should not be. It's where it's on the knot.
Well, if I move over, then I'm gonna fall.
Okay, just leave it like that.
We're in.
Yeah, I'm really comfortable.
I know. There's not a lot of room in here. This is never a two-man hammock. Can you see anybody sleeping like this?
Ow! Ow! What are you doing?
I do not believe the military use this as a two-man hammock.
You don't think two men are going to sleep in this? Mark, you're going to...
Look, the army must be really close buddies.
Right, turn it off now.
No, this is a two-man military hammock. I was told so on eBay, and I believe everything I read on eBay. It must be true. Well, you've got a big bug in here. It's called me. Ouch. Oh, right.
Are you done now? You can go put the kettle on.
I'm going to go put the kettle on if I can get out.
Oh my lord.
Without.
Ow.
Oh. Ah.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Look how cosy your one is. Look how mine is. Mine's just like a pile of rubbish. You've got all nice fleecy blankets, furry mats and everything.
Okay, so we've got Dylan there, tied up, and Zebby, my guard dog. Good boy, stay there. Stay there. We don't all have to say hello to you. Mark's bringing... I don't think you can put it here now, you have to put it over there maybe, Mark.
Should we do it there?
Yeah, that's fine. Just away from all the...
Somebody else has had a fire as well. She's shrunk a bit. Been as tight as this.
Been weathered on the back of your van for don't know how long.
Yeah. That's better.
Lie down. Debbie, lie down. No, it's not all about you.
There you go. And I'll just get the cord swing that. And you. That'll be good. We need to make a fire.
I need to gather some wood then.
Yeah, there should be a wood pile somewhere.
I think. Where did I see wood? I've seen wood. Let me go find wood. Dylan's just gathering wood. There's some wood down here. Sure, I've seen wood. Is this wood? Can we burn this wood? What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing. What are you thinking could go wrong?
Nothing, you know.
Food could end up.
Food could end up in the fire. I mean, that could go wrong, I guess, couldn't it?
And it might not. There you go. That's
right.
it looking.
Job's a good one. Right, where's our food?
What do you want to do? Fire or food?
I don't mind.
Either one. You've left what?
You've used my kitchen. You're using my kitchen worktop.
What kitchen worktop?
That kitchen worktop.
This? Oh, is that the kitchen worktop?
Yep.
You can have it back in a second. Because the kitchen worktop is useless without a fire.
I get that, but I get that it's useless without a fire. I could have created a new kitchen worktop for me. Woman making a kitchen worktop. You carry on.
Sorry.
Demolishing the kitchen worktop. I even had a seat as well that was taken. I had a chair as well. I had a kitchen worktop and a chair. And you've taken both.
I've only ever seen one other bushcrafter do what I'm about to do next. I learnt this as a kid when I was about 8 or 9 years old, when I used to make a coal fire at home. It stops you getting your axe stuck in the wood, which I used to do because I wasn't strong enough to get it out.
So you take my kitchen worktop and my seat.
Yeah.
And then you don't even give me them back.
You can have it back if you want. Do you need it?
No, it's fine. I'll just squat here on the floor. It's fine, honestly. Hope you're getting this noise.
Cutting noise.
no way that you can do a close up of the chopping. Don't pretend you gathered all this wood.
I'm not, you did.
These cigarette butts here.
I know, it's annoying, isn't it? There's loads of little bits of wood on the floor. This one.
What are you going to make it go out?
Shouldn't do it, should that? Yeah. Did you just throw that on?
No, I didn't make it go out. Don't forget your flint, otherwise you'll end up...
Yeah, isn't it?
Right. Okay. Can I get back to cooking now?
Go back to cooking. And we'll go back to building fire.
Might need a tea towel to hold the lid with in a minute.
Yeah. Scissors.
Yeah. Shut up.
Where's your bushcraft knife?
I don't have one.
Yet.
And I don't want to get all the... Okay, so we've got chicken, a bit of mushroom. Probably need. Do you think I need to chop those potatoes, or just leave them whole?
No, leave them whole. It's all going in the pan anyway.
Are we having Are we eating it with the bowls or the plates?
Bowls probably. This Dutch oven, I've had it about 2 years now.
When did you buy it? What did you buy it for?
For outdoors, doing this, exactly doing this. That's looking good.
Potatoes can go in there.
So the light died pretty quickly, and we finished cooking the dinner in the dark almost. So the quality of the video was quite poor, and it ain't worth me putting that up. So yeah, until we get some sort of a video light in the future, that's going to become a problem for us. And if you're interested in making any of these, I will be doing a video on how I make them. Disaster. So,
Oh,
Sue's all snot snapped in the night.
just fix it, Mark. Stop being horrible.
Sorry. Right. So
Here we are.
it is.
Again.
It's 12 o'clock, nearly midnight. Just a couple of minutes to midnight, and there's been a loud squeal in the night, and I've had to get up and rescue Sue because the all snot that she tied her hammock up with fell apart in the night, and she's gone fud.
I'm going to have a very big bruise in the morning, but don't worry about it, Mark. You just carry on laughing at me.
Actually, now that I've fixed your hammock up, you're looking better. It's looking more snug. Okay. Good night for a second time.
Good night.
Right, so the idea of having a sleeping mat for me, I don't know if you can see that, but the sleeping mat is now above me. Let me just film from out here.
I need to film it.
Can you film it? Right, there you go. Here's my sleeping mat. So it didn't really work for me, but it has worked fine for Sue.
It's obviously because I haven't
She's all
wriggled.
nice and cosy in her bed, and she's got some sort of furry thing. Look, some big furry thing.
It's my sheep.
She's got a yeti in there. There's Tina's yeti. It's in the bed.
Oh yeah, Tina, it's the yeti. I found it.
So we survived the night. We're still here. I'll show you around still. We are still here sleeping, hanging from my rucksack is hanging up there in the tree so that no bugs didn't get in it, and all my other gear is hanging on that side of the tree. Sue's got her shoes hanging up there, but she keeps nicking mine in the night, so mine are down there on the floor getting used by everyone. So,
We just had a little robin as well, drinking out the dog bowl, so that was cute, but I just didn't quite get my camera out in time. So I'm hoping that now Mark's going to put the kettle on.
I'm going to put the kettle on.
So I can stay here for a little bit, just hanging. Oh, your bit's ripping here.
Yeah.
I'll just sew that back up.
So as you can see, getting up next morning and making the all-important cup of tea was left up to me. And although you can use outdoor fires at Bushcraft, Bushcraft should I say, I chose to use this little camping stove that I got from eBay. Now this stove was absolutely amazing. It cost £12 and it has little electric ignition. It's really stable and works on propane or butane gas. And again, I'd highly recommend it. Really effective little stove. Good morning.
How you doing? All right?
We survived the night.
You have a good night?
We did, yeah. Right, so this is our site, our little camp spot. There is a communal area over here if you want to do that sort of thing, and there's somebody else got their spot over there. So that's the sort of space you get. Okay, so we spent 2 nights at Beehive Bushcraft in August 22. The price was £7.50 per night per person. Really enjoyable. Certainly go back again. And yeah, if you want to go, you need to phone Paul. If you Google Beehive Bushcraft, you'll get his phone number, or you can look on the Facebook group. Give him a ring, book it up, and yeah, all I can say is the guys are very knowledgeable and more than willing to help you if you haven't got a clue what you're doing. So I can only recommend the place. I'll give it 5-star out of 5. Me and Sue will definitely be going back and using the place again in the future, and I'd like to thank Paul for letting us stay. That's it for this episode. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell. See you on the next one. Take care, guys.